in making sure that parents and teens have the best tools available to give themselves peace of mind. In Ohio right now, they do not have these tools. Break the Cycle, Empowering Youth to End Domestic Violence, recently in its annual report card, rated Ohio in its protection of teens as an F. It is to redress this lack that leads two legislators here today to discuss their proposals. But let me first say this is an important issue for me because as a state legislator, I chaired a criminal justice subcommittee that created House Bill 536, which first made stalking a crime in Ohio. It created the new offenses of aggravated menacing and menacing by stalking. That bill was enacted November 5th, 1992. We've seen that legislation used repeatedly over the years to protect potential victims against their potential criminals. And what we want to do here is make sure that teens have some of the same protections. So let me first introduce State Legislator Representative Jennifer Garrison, who's pinch hitting for Representative Edna Brown, who introduced House Bill 10 to help address this problem. Jennifer.
Well, thank you, Attorney General Cordray. Let me just say I'm here today to step in the place of my good friend and colleague Edna Brown. This is the third General Assembly that Representative Brown has introduced legislation to provide civil protection orders for juveniles in dating relationships. And we're hoping that 3 times is the charm. This bill will allow juvenile victims of teen dating violence to file petitions for protection order in juvenile court. Ohio law does not currently allow teens to seek protection orders when they are the victims of violence by juveniles they are dating. This situation came to Representative Brown's attention when Shanera Grant, a 17-year-old girl from Toledo, died at the hands of a young man she had previously dated. The offender physically injured her on several occasions, harassed her during the year following their breakup. He killed her a few days after her high school graduation. We also have Joanna Orozca from Cleveland here to tell a little bit about her story. But I can tell you as an attorney that has filed and represented many victims of domestic violence over a 20-year period of time, that it is well past having this legislation in effect for teens.
And my husband and I are very pleased and honored to have House Bill 19 named after our daughter, Teen. This bill is long overdue in the state of Ohio because many of our young people are so unaware of the signs of domestic violence. We know this firsthand because many of the emails that we receive after we do presentations in the high schools and colleges are remarks from guys and girls telling us the situations they're in or questions about what they can do. Many times it's the girls telling us that after our presentation, they broke up with their abusive boyfriend. The 70,000 students that we have reached over the past 13 years is not even a fraction of those left to be taught. We strongly support House Bill 19, and that will help to save lives of our teenagers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And finally, I would like to introduce Joanna Orozca, who herself was a victim and is the kind of person that we work with in the Attorney General's office every day to make sure that they know their rights and that they have available to them all the support that we can provide and that we can make available in the state of Ohio. Joanna?
My name is Joanna Orozca. I'm from Cleveland and I'm 20 years old. When I was 14, I lost both of my parents. And when I was 18, my former boyfriend, Maurice, shot me in the face with a sawed-off shotgun. A few weeks before the shooting, Mark raped me at knife point. I reported the rape and he was arrested. He was released from juvenile after like 4 days after that. No one told me he was like in the streets, but I knew. I knew because he kept calling me, stalking me, and threatening me. He wouldn't leave me alone. I called the police and I tried to get a restraining order, but they told me that it was impossible because home as a juvenile, and the law does not allow restraining orders for juveniles. 18 days after I reported the rape, Juan hunted me down and shot me. The system did not and could not protect me. In the last legislative session, State Representative Edna Brown introduced a bill to give court-ordered protections to juveniles who face the same threats of violence as adults face. I was thrilled when the bill passed the House, but I was devastated when it died in the Senate. The day the bill died was one of the worst days of my life. Almost as painful as the death of my parents, the rape by the guy I once loved, and the shooting that destroyed part of my face. But today I'm filled with hope. Representative Brown reintroduced her bill, and it has company. Representative Sandy Harwood was a separate bill that calls for schools to teach dating violence prevention in health classes. Thanks to the hard work and support from Attorney General Richard Cordray, a larger, louder, and stronger coalition is pushing for final passage of these bills. There are a lot of teenagers who find themselves in violent, dangerous relationships. These bills are for them. It's too late for me. But it's not too late to educate young people on how to best deal with violent relationships. And it's not too late to get the justice system the tools it needs to give juveniles the same protections as adults.